Picture this is the first day of school. You sit down, the professor starts spitting out these crazy hieroglyphics. His writing looks like Russian doctor cursive, and he borderline needs a translator for you to understand him. You're sitting there thinking, how am I going to pass this class? Whatever shall I do? And you're wondering, should I skip this class, bro? The class is useless. The professor, I barely understand him. You're at a dilemma. What do you do? Well, today I got 3 reasons why you should stay in class, why you should go to all of your classes if you're not sick, if you're not taking care of a family member or something. Reason number 1 over here is you have the possibility of quizzing yourself. The professor is going to be saying something, even if it doesn't make sense, you can pick out bits and pieces. And if you did some homework before the class and read what the lecture was going to be about, just quickly, 5-minute scan through, you can try to quiz yourself by asking yourself, what is the professor going to say next? This is important because it is repeating stuff that you learn. You learn before the class, you quiz yourself during the class, you learn again after the class, you do the homework, you do the assignment, and then you have the exam. And in the exam, if you went to class, you've seen this content 5 times in your homework, in your studies, and the professor, and so on and so forth. So quizzing yourself is something that you cannot do if you just sit at home and read the notes of the professor. Reason number 2, the profs normally spit out some juicy secrets. If you don't go to the class, all you have are their notes. You don't know what the professor puts emphasis on. Sometimes the professor is going to be like, guys, this problem is super duper important. Keep in mind this problem here because you may see it on the final exam. There's no way you're going to know this is happening unless you go to the class. Also, the professors sometimes have cool little stories that they share about their past and history. And these stories sometimes, for me at least, helped me remember something about the class. I was like, yo, what did we do this day? I remember the professor talking about making pizzas or something like this and how physics is like a pizza. And that was during the lecture on pendulums. And now I can kind of remember something about pendulums because of the professor's pizza story. So go to class, the professors are always going to give some interesting shit that is not in the notes. The third reason, you get to ask questions. I know sometimes you get a bad professor, you cannot understand this guy. But you could at least ask a question and see what they think about it. A lot of people complain about professors that are unable to answer questions. But keep in mind, this is a human being. You know, they're not the best at teaching. Maybe they're doing this role and they're not, their expertise isn't teaching. They are doing research or something like this. Don't get mad at them. Use this as a learning opportunity. Ask these guys a question. They're there because they've learned a bunch of shit. Maybe they forgot how to give a perfect lecture about content that they studied a long time ago. But ask them a question and see what they say. And even if the question isn't answered, you can get little bits and pieces out of the professor that may help you in the future. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this was enjoyable. Let me know what reasons you guys have to go to class, and let me know what reasons you have for not going to class. See you guys in the next video. Peace.